I'm going to assume the ETF doesn't have like $300 billion in cash pile. It's mostly stocks, so we're talking about the holdings.
That would be great,
So
but no.
I got to ask you a question. So the ticker is OMAH, obviously kind of saying like, it's kind of following the Oracle of Omaha. If you have a new CEO coming in, does that change your view of this ETF? Does that change anything you think for investors?
Well, look, I mean, Abel has been groomed by Buffett and Munger for many, many years. He's been with the organization since 1992. The understanding is that, in effect, he's been operating the day-to-day for quite some time at this point. So, what changes could possibly be on the horizon? We're not quite sure, of course, but we know what Buffett's investment philosophy has been for many, many years, and we can't see that changing markedly at all in the future.
All right, so talk to us a little about this ETF. We actually featured you last week, but for the people who didn't see that, what does this ETF hold? How does it follow what Berkshire Hathaway does investing, and what do you do differently?
Sure. I mean, who doesn't want to invest like Warren Buffett, but with 15% income on an annual basis? So what we simply do is we own 21 securities. Our top security is always Berkshire Hathaway B. And our next 20 holdings are the 20 largest publicly traded holdings of Berkshire Hathaway in more or less the correct ratios as Berkshire Hathaway owns them. We then use an option strategy to create a 15% target income for annually, and we pay that out monthly with a target of 1.25% per month.
All right, so you're expecting any real portfolio changes? I know you said he's been kind of under the wing of Warren Buffett since, I believe, 1992, so that's a considerable amount of time. But are you expecting to see any big changes to this portfolio? And then how would you adjust? Because I would imagine some people, they were going to hold on to these Warren Buffett philosophies, but I also imagine that Greg Abel would have some new thoughts of his own.
Well, he'll certainly have his own thoughts, but again, under the philosophy of what Berkshire Hathaway has been operating under for many, many years. So will there be changes? Look, they have almost $350 billion in cash that will be deployed at some point. So there will be changes in the portfolio. We don't see them divesting of any of their significant holdings, certainly over the coming years. But we rebalance the portfolio on the equity side quarterly. So if there are changes, either in terms of the amount they hold vis-a-vis their other holdings or new holdings or divesting, we'll pick that up on a quarterly basis.
So, Adam, I mean, incredible return for Berkshire Hathaway since Warren Buffett's taken over there. Do you think we'll ever see another investor like Warren Buffett? Do you think he's the greatest investor of all time?
Well, certainly he is the greatest investor of all time for sure, but it's his philosophy, right? He has a value-oriented philosophy. He has a long-term holding philosophy, a lot of patience, and so hopefully that has been drilled into Mr. Abel, and I'm sure it has been, and that will not change. So I don't know that who knows what performance is going forward, but I think we're going to be in for a good multiple decades under Mr. Abel's leadership.